Mm, Hello, this is Kev. This is Black Man Being Brutally Honest. I am one of the habitual line steppers, along with Roger and Donnie. Um, Asking you to, if anything, if you're watching this broadcast and you haven't, go below that screen and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like or dislike if you want to. I mean, I'm not in control of your choices. You are, and please try to keep that in mind as you go from broadcast to broadcast on the Habitual Line Steppers Network channel. For anyone that is joining me or will watch this on demand, when you click the thumbnail, please, thanks for tuning in. And I do appreciate everyone who follows us. Uh, but okay, we're here to talk about the shooting death of Tatiana Jefferson, affectionately known by her friends and family members and loved ones as Tay. Um, she was just she was just sitting in her living room with her nephew playing some late night video games. Unfortunately for her, as it would turn out, she had the doors open. Now, this summer extended longer than it was supposed to, and it was still hot in a lot of places. I mean, I know where I lived. It was only like a week or so that it really just started to cool down, but that top temperature was like at 98, getting like inching closer to 100. And it was unusual for this time of year. But see, that's I'm just trying to kind of see it from her perspective. All of a sudden she hears a noise, around her house, so she goes for her weapon. Um, and then very shortly afterwards, I mean, there's light flashing in her face, and next thing you know, she's gunned down and killed. Um, which is a very sad thing, and very unfortunate. Well, the police officer was identified as Aaron Dean. As you can see here in the mugshot. Yes, this was very shoddy, idiotic police work. This is we're just off of the heels of the Amber Geiger case, which she was charged with murder and sentenced to a very light sentence of 10 years with the eligibility for parole in 5. Um, so since the shooting, Aaron Dean has resigned from his position as police officer for Fort Worth, the police department. Um, Aaron Dean has also been charged with murder. And reports say that he's refusing to cooperate with the police department in getting the statements of what happened. Uh, this 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 is I say at this point this is much more than what they did for Amber Geiger. Uh, initially, Amber Geiger wasn't even investigated by her own department, which that's compromising anyway. But they never brought her in. They put it on the Texas Rangers, and the Texas Rangers charged her with manslaughter initially. It was it was not until the elected this DA, John Krasault. It was not until he got in office till he recommended murder charge. So yeah, you can compare the two cases because these are Botham John and Tay Jefferson were two people just in their own homes, in their own living spaces, minding their own business, and all of a sudden, bam, they're not here anymore. Uh, yes, there she is again. Rest in peace. But I'm gonna show you a snippet of my video. Uh, this exactly what happened on that night through the police cam of um, Aaron Dean. The warning. This is warning. This is very graphic footage uh, of what happened, and I want you to hear from the neighbor, um, James Smith. He was the neighbor who called the police. He was just saying that it's unusual for her doors to be open like that. So yeah, he called the police for to check on his neighbor. They called it a wellness check. Um, let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Let me see comments in the. Okay. Let me pop that video up for you. Okay, cue it up. Hopefully everyone can hear me this time. All right. I'm just gonna pay attention to the call details. I'm just gonna read it aloud. 2:25 a.m. 19 seconds. Open structure at 1203 East Allen Street. CP. ABD front door is to okay. That's code cops. Both of neighbors' vehicles are in driveway. White sedan and dark colored sedan. 2:25 p.m. 42 seconds. 2:25 a.m. 42 seconds. Unit dispatch. 2:25 a.m. 50 seconds. Neighbors are usually home. Never has door open. 2:28. First unit on scene. 2:29. Second unit on scene. Yeah, this is another video on my YouTube channel, the one where I did where this first happened. So the link is provided in the description below. Yeah, as you can see, he didn't even give her a full 3 seconds to react. Um, how would you like if you hear noise coming around your house? Because I mean, it ain't like burglars can't carry flashlights or don't carry flashlights or anything like that. Um, I mean, it's like, what was she supposed to think? Now, I want you to hear a very smug statement. I want you to hear no, not here. I want you to read a very smug statement in this headline I pull up. Um, the NRA had made this statement. Okay, read this headline right here. And look who is it from? It's from the Fort Worth Star Telegram. Oh, look at that! What a coinky dink. Read this headline. NRA spokeswoman: Botham John might be alive if he were a gun owner. She probably didn't say John. She probably said Gene. Botham Gene might be alive if he were a gun owner. And surprisingly enough, is a video of the neighbor who only was known as Bunny, who got fired from her job for taking a video of the police responding to the shooting. Um, so let's get this straight. Okay, where's this NRA spokeswoman right now? Where is she? Tay Jefferson was a gun owner. So basically, with this statement already being a shitty statement anyway, this statement really right now is shot even more to shit because of the fact that, okay, are you gonna say Tay Jefferson might be alive if she were a gun owner? I'm sorry. It's like, okay. It just seems to me that way. This way, whenever cops see a black person with a black person with a gun is automatically viewed as a threat. Now, if this spokeswoman had said this, I might have understood a little bit better. Now, let me check the comments real quick, and I want you to watch the reaction from James Smith. You know, poor guy. Yeah, James Smith was a neighbor of Tay Jefferson. Tay Jefferson, just was simply sitting over here playing video games, but he didn't know playing video games with her nephew. He didn't know, so he saw the door open. It was unusual that the door was open, so he called the police, and bam, that's what happened. Okay, now let me let's see see this
neighbor would lead to this.
okay.
Put your hands up. Come here. I'm devastated because people say, well, James, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But I made the call. I made the call because I thought that they were going to do what I called them to do. Check on my neighbor. And they didn't do that.
He says he was sitting on his porch around 2 a.m. Saturday when he saw his neighbor's doors open, which is unusual. Initially, he says he crossed the street and got to the driveway.
And I noticed all the lights were on. It was bright. I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. And because I don't have any weapons, I don't know who's in there, if anybody's in there. And I thought best to go call the police.
So he called and waited for a squad car and planned to talk to officers when they got there. But he says it happened so quickly. And when it was over, his 28-year-old neighbor, Atatiana Jefferson, was dead.
This is the most tragic thing in my life. Most tragic thing in my life. And there's no erasing that. It can't be erased.
He's lived on the same street for 50 years and says he's always watched out for his neighbors. He says some people have criticized him for calling police, but he says he thought he was doing the right thing.
I've prayed and I've cried and I've prayed and I cried. Not to quote a song, but I've done that. So now I have to add, I prayed, I cried, and I'm gonna fight. So I'm ready.
He says he now is going to fight for justice and change so this never happens again. In Fort Worth, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
Yeah, I mean, he stated this as being the most tragic thing that happened in his life. I can believe that. Some people have been like attacking him because he called the cops. I mean, he did state that he did try to walk across the street and he saw the lights on, and if there was a criminal there, he didn't have a weapon on him. I mean, so that's reasonable. I mean, I can believe that. I can believe that. And it's a shitty thing. I mean, he didn't mean to cause the death of that woman. He didn't know that was going to happen. But here we are again. The biggest thing is like here's another black person killed inside their home. Now, the Fort Worth police chief right here, his name he's the interim police Dallas police chief, Ed Kraus. Well, at least that's the name that was given in the article. He gave a statement. And I'll give you my opinion on what he said. It's cool to have different perspectives. So let me check on the comments real quick. Just check on y'all. Um, D Mike, what's up? God Word Save 7, what's up? How y'all doing? So, let me go ahead and play this for y'all real quick. And for those who,
I've received so many contacts from our officers who want to express how sorry they are as well and how this is not indicative of the work they do every day. At approximately 6 p.m. yesterday, Aaron Dean was arrested for the murder of Miss Jefferson. We obtained an arrest warrant after enough evidence and facts were analyzed and verified. A team of officers quickly effected his arrest at the office of his attorney. He was booked into the Tarrant County Jail where his bond was set by the presiding magistrate. He has since posted bond. It's very emotional because the officers they try hard every day to try to make this city better. I likened it yesterday to some of our officers that are out there every weekend and most weeknights that they're out there trying to build these relationships. And I likened it to a bunch of ants building an ant hill, and then somebody comes with a hose and washes it away. They just have to start from scratch and build up. I think that's going to be all. Thank you.
I mean, what y'all think about that? Did y'all buy that? Did y'all buy what he just said? See, here's what Police Chief Kraus has to understand. This has happened so much, and because of the rise of social media, we're able to see it. Like, just let's just take for instance, what happened with Rodney King. Um, Rodney King, you just caught Rodney King because somebody just happened to videotape it and send the videotape to the news. And the reaction on that was so big because everyone was, everyone is on this whole thing that, the cops are supposed to protect us. The cops are supposed to be the good guys. And you know what? I don't blame anybody for thinking that. I don't blame anybody for thinking that because they're public servants. We pay taxes, and all this other stuff. But it's like now you question if you call the police, is it a good thing or this is if it's a bad thing? The thing they have tried to present is that it's always a good thing. And the next point is whoever wrote this article that I have up on this screen right now. It's from the Chicago Sun Times because you know what? There's no police corruption up there whatsoever. It's like whatever. But he tries to frame it. They say the article is by a contributor, but right below the word contributor is the name William Charleslowski. Okay. Now, for those of us in the African American community in the United States, do you know anybody with the last name of Charleslowski? You know, hey man, Reginald Charleslowski is down there. No, you ain't never gonna say that. So here's what this guy Charleslowski's had to say. Um, if Officer Aaron Dean is guilty of murder, what's next? Should we charge doctors with murder when they make mistakes and someone dies? Is professional malpractice really now a strict liability offense for murder whenever someone dies? All right, he must stay in the part where cops are nice, shake hands, dance with kids. I mean, we always have to think about that possibility because if you haven't been exposed to something, you're going to have a lack of understanding in it or racism. There's always that factor right there. So anyway, I'm just saying. Just I have a couple of opinions on here. I put some of these pictures up here for a reason. Yeah, yeah. There goes the pig, Aaron Dean. I mean, it needs to be 25 to life. I would never call for anyone's death. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I would never call for anyone's death, but if they charge this man, I mean, they find him guilty and they decide to sentence his death penalty, you won't see me holding up any picket signs outside any prison, state prisons, talking about some free Aaron Dean or don't kill Aaron Dean is inhumane. I mean, shit, what he did was inhumane any motherfucking way. Like, just it's a whole history. If y'all don't understand by now, then what the hell are you doing here? But pictured right here is attorney S. Lee Merritt. S. Lee Merritt was the attorney for the Jean family in the Amber Geiger case. there's been some negative sentiment about Esley Merritt, and you want to pay attention to the positive. The positive is Esley Merritt is a black man that's going out of his way to help black people, and there's still a level of dissatisfaction with that. I heard some geek comment the other day. Oh, why is Esley Merritt all of a sudden around these black families? Well, whenever stuff like this happened, he was probably selected. Y'all need to cut that shit out. Period. Stop hating on these brothers every time they do something for us. Esley Merritt's intentions are good. I believe that. I'm gonna be one of the ones to believe that because it just seems like it just getting to the point where every time a black man tries to help, there's just something's got to be said about it. But let's not make it too much about that. That is a whole nother discussion right there. I mean, at least somebody's doing it. Somebody's there for these women who lost their loved one. That's in the picture. I apologize. I don't have their names at the moment. But whoever's complaining, just sit down. Just have a seat. Just no more complaining. But the focus is this. The focus is this. Uh, Tatiana Jefferson did not have to die. She didn't. She did not have to die. She's just guilty of being up late at night and having the doors open. Jane Smith didn't mean for her to die. I mean, who would? But you know what? It's gonna cast doubt. This kind of thing, and it's unsafe to a degree. It's casting doubt that hey, you know what? We fuck it. We just not gonna call the police. And I mean, I know some of y'all naysayers out there. Who you gonna call the police next time something happens? Yeah, some of us will. But for a lot of us, it's always gonna be in the back of our mind. If we call the police, is somebody gonna end up dead that don't need to be? So please, people out there, whether you have this certain points of views or not, please try to understand that this has its own little succession of events that that has its own opinion. It to me it's called the court of public opinion. Mm. Yeah, this artwork right here, just I want to. I guess it was done by a guy named Nicholas. He spells it Nikkolas. He probably has some Instagram page somewhere or something showing off his artwork. So, I mean, just kind of acknowledging the brother for this is a very beautiful moment. I mean, is this unfortunately is a depiction of what happened before this tragic incident. But at the end of the day, this pig needs to be punished to the fullest extent of the law that I'm gonna go ahead and say were designed to protect him and his kind. If there is skepticism as to the police investigating themselves, it is fully understandable. Fully. I mean, they've made the effort. I mean, he's resigned, but he did that. But they've made the effort to publicly denounce his actions. But there needs to be a lot more than that. Building trust is going to be more than just dancing for kids. I mean, you're in this situation right now, whether you want to blame the media or not. The fact that this kind of thing continues to happen is always going to be the factor in why we can't trust. I'm not saying there are not good cops out there, just saying. Aaron Dean needs to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Period. 25 to life. These are supposed to be these are supposed to be trained servants of the public to serve and protect. To serve and protect. Not to shoot the first thing that moves. You hear these cops always talking. Oh, at the end of the day, we got to get home. We got to get home. I understand that. I understand that. But, Botham John and Tate Jefferson were already home. Horrible, horrible police work. I'm done here. I'm done. I'm done. Just just everybody, just keep this word going. We just ain't don't just be mad. Just don't be mad for just a few weeks and then just forget about this. For some of you, it's a few days because we don't have a very good attention span. Keep this man's name alive, Aaron Dean, Aaron Dean, Aaron Dean. Piece of shit, Aaron Dean. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm not a proponent of the criminal element. I believe that the criminal element should be stamped out. But you know what? All these non-criminals being shot, you just gotta wonder. So anyway, this is Kev. This is black men being brutally honest. Check out these comments for a second. Yeah, see who's in the comment box. Yeah, D Mike. They've been trying to destroy us since the beginning, so I don't know why the people trust them. Yeah, and yes, you have every right to believe that. You have every right. It's not my place. It's not my place to correct. It's not my place to correct you on that. I mean, if people, I mean, people are gonna be weird about this. They're gonna be like, oh well, we have to love our cops and everything, and it's getting to the point where I don't even know if community policing is gonna solve the problem. Yeah, and just like I'm tired of asking people to try to understand where other people are coming from. It just we give them chance after chance after chance, and that's what we do. But I mean, whatever we're doing right now, we got to come up with a better plan than this because we keep dying a lot. We keep dying. What an idiot! At the end of the day, this is an idiot cop, and it's under these circumstances. And unfortunately, for people who want to sit up there and get mad about, people like me who say stuff like, "Hey, it's police brutality with a little sprinkle of racism," then whatever, whatever. At the end of the day, uh, some family somewhere lost their loved one due to the stupidity once again of another police officer. Police, look at your training, guys. For real, look at your training, and enough of this bullshit. Time for a change. All right. Well, I'm done here. This is Kev. Uh, yeah, this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Once again, I'm gonna ask you if you haven't, go below that screen. I think from your perspective is on your right hand side below, and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like, hit the dislike if you like, and understand this. Uh, we're gonna keep bringing it to you as it comes to us. Uh, Literally. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and Kev, we trust. Goodbye.